Welcome to Oddsparks, an automation adventure, which launched on April 24, 2024. And it has very positive reviews on Steam, more than 90% positive. I really wanted to show you this one because it's actually super unique. Now, like most of these, you can play single player or also co-op online. And your goal is of course to build massive automation and logistic network, but the really cool thing is that it's not just based on conveyor belts or trucks. It is based on these little sparks. You will have to build them and then teach them what to do. So let me show you the game in a bit more detail. And don't hesitate to tell me in the comments below if you want to see more, like a full let's play of this one on the channel. So I've played a bit more of 10 hours of this game, and frankly I'm just barely scratching the surface. Not because it's super hard, but because there is a lot of depth already. So first of all, this is me over here. There is actually a character editor. You can change pretty much everything that you want about it. And then, you're going to be able to move with AWS on this map. This is a procedurally generated map, right? So it's always going to be different. You can press M to see. So I have discovered, this over here. This is the forest biome. There's going to be the mountain biome a bit more over here. There's the city. And clearly there's a lot more, right? I don't know if they're going to continue expanding the map after or not, but this is already a lot. And then you can see on the map, by the way, I'm here, right? So you can see on the map some of the things I've already built, like this is a road there, there's a lot of buildings here. And there's also a couple of things. For example, this waypoint over here, right? This is like teleportation. If you click on it, now I can teleport to that point. And as you saw, there was many of these across the map, right? There's another one over here, another one there, and there's actually even one in the city. So let's take this one so I can show you the city. Now the city is a cool thing where there is actually a couple of NPCs. For example, this one is an NPC, it's the merchant, right? And they're going to give you quests. So this is what you can see over here. Actually, there is a small tutorial, but then there's also mini quests that I've already completed. And now there's also many that I still need to do. And this is actually also very easily seen over here on my sort of research board, where you can see the research that I've already done or the quest that I've already done given by different people, right? The merchant is over here, for example. There is this quest over here, for example. Then there's another one there, right? And multiple. And then most of these quests usually will also give us access to new things, new buildings, right? Because we're gonna build a lot of things. So yeah, there's a couple of different, NPCs over here, but this is not where you're going to do most of your gameplay. Most of your gameplay is going to be outside in the wild, right? Here is the forest. This is a bit the starting point, and you can see there is some automation going on. So over here, for example, we have a logger building that's creating this wooden log, and then these wooden log are being picked up by those sparks. These are very basic ones. I'm going to show you again that there's different types of sparks, and they're delivering, this wood to the other buildings. For example, over here, this is taking wood to make timber. And then here I have some other ones that are picking the timber and then putting it into this barrel. So I have some reserves there. Another is here, right? Where we're going to take two resources now this time, wooden log and another, the Aether shard, to make some stumpy spark. So these ones, stumpy sharks, these are the basic one, the one that I have active right now that you can see over here, but there's other ones we'll see in the future. You can, by the way, also look over here, right? These are the different types of sparks that I've found. These are the different resources that I've found, and as you can see also where they are, right? How to get them, what resources, what production chains they're made of, etc. And of course, there's going to be a lot more in the future. Similarly for buildings, right? These are the buildings that I've unlocked so far. And here are some of the enemies and some of the things on the map. So yes, as I was saying, this is a very small automation that's going over here. And then if we continue a bit further, there's another one here where we have different saw benches. Some are doing the timber, but this one over here, for example, doing something else, a tree bark, because there's going to be different recipes, right? And then again, they're doing things with it. We can transform, for example, the timber, the sawn timber into wooden panels, and then we're gonna transform the wooden panels into wooden blades. So now I have blades that, you know, some of my soldiers can fight with, because you're definitely gonna be wanted to fight. Now this is one of the cool mechanics, is that also those sparks, you know, we're gonna be able to send them. We're gonna be able to send them to, for example, collect resources. I mean, if I send over here, for example, you know, I can throw a couple. They're going to gather these resources, and then they're gonna come back to me, right? So they gather a couple of resources, and then they're coming back. But you can also send them to fight. So for example, this one, these are very basic guys. They can't do much to me. But there's also then, you know, definitely more advanced enemies, and the more advanced one will drop also different resources than the basic ones. So this is where it gets more important. If I over something, it also tells me, you know, this is a dry bush, so it's going to give me some wood, versus this is a rock. This is like a boulder, so it is actually something I can't do anything with. Basic sparks, every time they try to attack it, they, you know, get into trouble. So that doesn't work. We're gonna need to get them back to me, and we're gonna need bigger, stronger sparks to attack this, right? Here we have some other things, right? This is a corpse, for example, etc. And as I was saying before, you're gonna want to make different types of sparks. So for example, over here, this is where I can make some crafty sparks. This is using the stumpy one, and a bit of wooden panel to make these ones. And so going back over here, you can also see they have different types of statistics, right? Defense, offense, efficiency, and capacity. So this is the basic one, right? 1 star for everything. Now the crafty one, that's over here, it's actually more efficient. It's not as good for attack, actually, offense, right? But it's more efficient. So what is that? Well, if you look over here, I've put those basic one. And with those basic one, I'm making 7.5 per minute. I'm gonna take them out. So obviously now it's not working anymore. And I'm gonna put those crafty one. And now instead of 7.5, I'm making 11.3. So that is why they're saying they're more efficient. On the other hand, this one over here is gonna be able to carry more, right? Capacity is higher. So, you know, they will have different strengths and weaknesses that you need to take advantage of to do your building. And this is really just the beginning, because as you can see now, some of the next mission that I need to do is we need to start playing with stone, with limestone, making some ropes. Over here, right, we want to have Pengus tendons, mining quartz, vertical logistics, where we're going to be able to unlock things like ladder and ramps. So there is indeed already a couple of buildings that I've unlocked, but if I do more missions, I will unlock more, including things for logistics. It's not just that, you know, you put a road and you put your sparks on it, is you'll be able to have things like blockers, to have things like splitters, one-way street, all those type of things to better manage your logistics, right? So there's gonna be some interesting complexity over here. And then I can leave the forest and go into, you know, another biome. This is more the mountains over here, right? We're gonna have different enemies, different types of resources, new enemies, right? We have a Pengus there. I don't know if I can fight it with that one. Let's check. Ooh, no, clearly, look at this. They're all in trouble. Let's bring them back. I'm not strong enough. Okay, many have died already. That's not good. So obviously I'm gonna have to build new ones, right? And that is why I was saying I'm really just barely scratching the surface of this game. I think there is a lot more to be found. You know, the rocks over here, Pengus corpse. Oh, that also seems like... Oh, this one is attacking me right away. I need to run away. And by the way, I said at the beginning that it wasn't the classic with trucks, but they are planning some trains for sure. And as you can see, a lot of other things like a logic system, other biomes, decorations, etc. And while what I have built so far is still pretty basic, like all automation games, you will quickly get into something a lot more impressive, like this screenshot shared by the dev. So do tell me again in the comments below if you are interested. Are you planning on buying it, on following this one? Do you want me to do a full let's play on this game now or a bit later in the year? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Thank you for watching, smash the like button, and I hope to see you next time.